Hello and welcome. I'm Shawn and I'm your host of To Whom It May Concern. To Whom It May Concern is produced right here in the Okemo Valley, and it's a program and a TV show that we are using to interview our Vermonters of all ages and walks of life, and whether they've been here for many generations or somehow they just landed their way in this beautiful little corner of our state, we want to talk to them. And we are focused on sharing and preserving and cherishing our community heritage, and particularly the community heritage associated with rural Vermont, which is where we are. And we want to keep these stories. These are stories that we don't want to lose. And so we're going to talk about all different kinds of things in this series. And today we have a very interesting guest, and her name is Marita Johnson. And thank you and welcome for coming.
Yes, thank you.
And we focus a lot on working in Vermont and playing in Vermont. But today we're going to focus on learning in Vermont. And that is Marita's specialty, because she and I met maybe a couple years ago, I think, when I went to one of your programs. And she runs the Springfield OLLI program, and we'll tell you what that means or what that is in a little bit. And so thank you for being here, first off.
Thank you for inviting me.
You are welcome. So my first question is always the same. Are you a native Vermonter?
No, I grew up near Erie, Pennsylvania.
Wow. Now, how did you land in Vermont?
I came skiing at Okemo.
There you go.
And I met my husband, Bruce, on a skiing weekend.
Okay.
And he was teaching in Chester, Vermont.
Okay.
And
wow.
then we got married, and I taught at Riverside Middle School in Springfield, Vermont for 32 years.
Wow. So how long have you been in Vermont?
55 years now.
55. Now, does that make you like a native, or are you still, I don't know.
Well, I consider myself a Vermonter.
All right,
I have the ideals.
I say let's go with that. Exactly. We have the same, we all feel the same way about Vermont. So tell us what OLLI stands for. OLLI is the program that you run over in Springfield, Vermont. And tell us what OLLI stands for.
OLLI stands for Osher Lifelong Learning Institute.
Okay,
OLLI.
Got it. And my understanding is that it was founded, and I'm not even sure that's the right word, by Bernard Osher.
Osher, right.
Osher. And he began his career in southern Maine, and he owned and ran the family hardware store in Maine. So not a big, huge entrepreneur. He moved to California, where he became the founding director of World Savings, which became the second largest bank savings institution in the United States.
And he was quite a businessman that made a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And wanted to share his wealth.
Yes, exactly.
With us.
And us here in Vermont and all over the country. My information shows me that he actually founded the program, the OLLI program, based on something that he saw in Southern California, the University of San Francisco. And he was so impressed by it that he approached the University of Maine, Southern Maine, and said he was interested in supporting non-credit programs for senior citizens for continued learning.
Yes, and it's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
And it's still based out of their main office is still in Maine.
Is it really? Okay,
and they have at least 120 institutes all over the United States.
Unbelievable.
There's one in every state.
Is there really?
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, where is yours? Because yours isn't out of the University or Southern Maine. Yours is out of
the University of Vermont.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And we are quite different in Vermont. Usually the states have all of their OLLI classes right on one big campus.
Oh,
but
sure, that makes sense.
There is an OLLI program on campus at the University of Maine.
Okay.
But there are 6 satellite locations throughout
in Vermont. Wow.
And most other states don't have those satellite locations.
Yeah.
But we have one in St. Albans, St. Johnsbury,
North,
Montpelier,
Middle,
Stowe, and Rutland, and Springfield.
Wow. And without those satellites, it really limits the amount of people that can get to it. I don't know that I would go to Montpelier to get to one of these programs.
That's right. But if you're a member of any one of those, you can use your membership card to go and participate that day without paying an extra fee for that day.
I didn't know that.
So my husband Bruce and I have gone to ones in Rutland and St. Johnsbury.
Okay.
And we have other people who come to ours when they look and see
Down
that
visiting.
there's a program.
Right. Wow.
And also we're able to utilize the on-campus programs for a discount. If we are a member of one of the local OLLI groups.
Lovely. Now, what is your role with OLLI?
I'm the facilitator.
Okay. Now, what does that mean?
That means that I organize all the different parts and make sure that it runs all right.
Okay.
I call the meetings. I'm the direct contact person with the university.
Okay. Yep.
And they give us support.
Do they? Yeah.
So that we're connected with the university.
Right, right. So the administrative side.
That's
You've
right.
got some some of the back office stuff.
That's right.
That's fantastic. So that's a cost and an expense that you don't have to incur.
That's right.
Fantastic.
They have a director. The first director that started was Deborah Worthley, who reached out to these 6 different places in Vermont. And she was the director for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then Kathy Cody Hudson was the director. And she just retired from being the director about 3 years ago. And now Krista Hamill is the director. And it's all underneath, in the University of Vermont, it's underneath PACE, which stands for Professional and Continuing Education.
Fantastic.
And it is designed for people who are 50 years and older.
Yeah.
For an affordable, like a college class. But you can go and just have fun. You don't have to do homework. And you don't have to take tests.
Exactly. You don't have to prepare for anything. Just show up. That's my kind of class. Exactly.
Right. And we find that older people like that.
Absolutely.
And that's, as you were indicating, Bernard Osher. That's what he wanted to provide for people.
Fantastic. And how long have you been in this role now?
I helped to organize it.
Wow.
I helped to create it.
So you're one of the founding members.
That's right. And I'm the last founding member that's still participating.
Got it. Okay. Sure.
We've been in existence for 22 years.
Really?
And we were one of the first original ones
in
Vermont. Springfield and St. Albans were the first ones to sign up.
So the program in Springfield has been running for 22 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it has. And,
that's amazing.
We, for the 22 years, we have had a whole variety of volunteers. The nice thing about this to understand is it's run by local volunteers. People give of their time to organize it and reach out to speakers.
Absolutely.
But like I said, the university provides, you can register online.
Yeah,
and they
lovely.
take care of all of that.
So much easier.
And they take care of the payments.
Yeah.
And also they handle the contracts for the speakers.
Sure, okay.
And they do the payment for the speakers.
Yeah, that's huge.
And then they also support us. They have several meetings a year. Recently, there have been Zoom meetings.
Sure.
But we meet up with the other people in the state. Yeah, we get to know what's going on, and we share ideas, which is wonderful. That's where we get a lot of our ideas for our programs.
Absolutely.
And they come recommended by the other
and
groups.
They've already been time and tested.
That's right.
Okay, how did it go when it was in St. Albans? They loved it.
Yes.
Okay, then let's bring it here.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is a picture of just some of your volunteers.
That's right, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to just show this, and you'll put this in for us. So is this kind of a normal amount of crew? Is this,
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we have about 15 people that are on our committee.
Got it.
And this is the registration table here.
Sure.
And so when people come, they know to go over and check in with our registrar, Alma Beals.
And it's very organized, I will say.
Thank you.
Get your name tag if you paid ahead, and I love that. Here's your tag. Yeah.
That's right. And then that makes it so that you can go around and you can visit with one another.
Exactly.
I go around and I make sure I know who the new people are and make them feel welcome. Yeah. And that's what those people do as well.
Fantastic.
And it's a great team. They all kind of know, they take a certain responsibility, and they know the people too, and they hand them the name tag.
Yeah, and they've known each other for years.
Yes.
And they probably know many of your participants for years.
Oh,
so it's a very nice and tight-knit community. However, I will say that I haven't been doing it for 22 years, but I have always felt very welcome whenever I've gone.
Wonderful to know.
I've felt that, that they just make it, like, we are so glad you're here. And I reciprocate because I'm always glad that I go there. It's just such an interesting day. And I was amazed at the size of your audience.
Yes.
What does that, here, let me show a picture of this.
Yes, it's fantastic. The membership number has grown over the years. And
what does this facility hold? How many people?
Well, we're at about capacity now.
Yeah.
We have, this last semester, we had 140 members.
I believe that.
And the average attendance is 120. Everybody has appointments and they can't make every program. But about 120 is what that hall will hold.
Will hold, and it is filled.
Yes.
It is pretty much filled. Every time I've been there, it's been filled. Yeah.
And we enjoy that place. It's the Nolan Murray Center, which is right next to St. Mary's Catholic Church.
Yep.
Right
Beautiful facility.
In Springfield.
Yeah.
Up on the hill above
little tricky. Yep.
Up above the main square.
Yeah.
And it's their social hall.
It is. It's a beautiful facility.
They work with us cooperatively, helping make sure everything runs well. And it has a large screen monitor.
It does.
So that if the speaker has a PowerPoint presentation, it goes well.
You're in the back, you can see it clear as day.
Right.
Yeah, lovely.
And it has a nice sound system.
Yep, it does. And then you video each program. And what do you do with them?
They're on Sapa TV, our Springfield area public access television station, similar to Okemo Valley. And they're on the video on demand, so you can go and you can watch them.
Right.
And I checked the other day, and we have like 300 programs.
Honestly.
We've been videotaping them ever since we started.
Yeah,
and the speakers are so gracious.
Oh, my
they
goodness.
agree that we can do it. We ask their permission.
Sure, of course.
And they usually say yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I believe that.
They like to share the topics.
Absolutely. So, so your speakers are, I'm going to talk about your speakers in a minute, but what I was impressed with is your audience is so smart. I went to one of the ones, let me see what I say. Okay, The Outer Limits, Exploring the Extremes of Astronomy. And this fellow basically went through the history of the universe from the Big Bang to today in 90 minutes, okay? And the audience asked questions that I thought, oh my goodness, not only am I not understanding everything he's saying, I'm not understanding their questions, okay? So I'm gonna just sit here and be quiet, but fascinating. They're so interested and so engaged in the topic. It's amazing.
Yes. And
do you find that every episode?
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
and the speakers love to come to us. They say that when I visit with them, and they love to be invited back because they just enjoy our audience.
Yeah, they're remarkable.
It's wonderful for a speaker to present to an audience that is engaged.
Thrilled. Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. So I do have some pictures of some of the speakers that you've had. So I'm going to hold this up.
All right.
So this looks like they're talking about Stonehenge.
Right, Stonehenge and the history of astronomy throughout the years.
Wow.
Mark Breen has been to, he comes every December. It's an annual visit.
Lovely.
He's been there for 15 times.
Really?
15 years. And he's the chief meteorologist up at Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury.
Wow.
And he's also the weatherman on Vermont Public, Mark Breen.
Yes,
and he has this silky radio voice.
Very much so.
And he's good looking too.
There you go, we'll take it. Exactly.
And
wow.
And so he loves to come, and each year he alternates. One year it's a weather topic, and then the next year it's an astronomy topic. So this was one of the astronomy topics. And
amazing.
And then your next picture shows that he's there, and he's very dynamic, you know.
Yeah.
with the movement.
Yeah, exactly. Excellent.
And you know, he's just one of those speakers that he could talk about anything, and he would be enjoyable.
Are lucky to have him.
And
he comes back every year.
That's right.
That's
We've already
amazing.
got him scheduled in for next December.
Excellent. Now this fella is talking about native plants.
Right, and that's Henry Homeyer.
Okay.
Who is very well known in New Hampshire and Vermont.
Yep.
And he's been several times. Talking about how to garden and not just the native plants. Right,
up here, not in Pennsylvania, but in your backyard.
That's right. And he loves to come too.
Fantastic. And this fellow is talking about trains.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Ian Clark.
Okay.
He talked about steam trains, and he's been all over the world to film steam trains.
Really?
And we had a huge audience that day, and they just loved it.
Wow.
And steam trains are so popular, you know, and he's a hobbyist that just travels the world.
I was going to ask you, this isn't what he does for his living. This is what he does as a hobby. But then so some of these folks kind of pull this stuff together. This is something I love. My guess is other people might love it too.
That's right. And he's available for, you know, that's somebody that I recommended to the other OLLI groups.
Fantastic,
but he's done it for historical societies.
Oh, that's amazing.
We had him the next year talk about loons.
I missed that one.
Was fabulous.
I wanted to go to that,
because he's a real photographer.
Yes.
He worked for NASA. With their photograph section.
I remember seeing that advertised.
He
very
spent
knowledgeable.
15 years of his life following the loons in this one pond, and he had this wealth of pictures to share with people about the whole life cycle of the baby loons.
Yeah, and their behavior.
That's right.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right. He's got another one ready on puffins. So
great. Okay, good. Keep me in mind for that one. Yeah, exactly.
We worked from a list that, you know, that we continue, like we've almost got the next semester, the fall semester, all planned and ready. And we've even got 2 already scheduled for the spring of 27.
Oh my goodness. How about this fella?
Banjo Dan.
Yeah.
It was part of it. And he sang and told stories, and he keyed it to stories, Vermont stories from around Springfield and Bellows Falls.
Oh my gosh.
So it was very custom fit for us.
Absolutely. And people love that.
That's right.
Did people sing along with him?
Yes.
I believe that.
Well, and then this last semester we had Rick Polari.
Yes.
And everybody sang along with him.
That does not surprise me with your audience at all. They're very engaged. Exactly. Okay, this one I went to and I love.
Mike Clough. He is fantastic with the wildlife. And everybody is always interested in raptors.
Yes.
But then this last time we had him come back and he talked about Vermont wildlife.
Yeah.
The deer. He had a moose antler that he held up.
And a snake. He brought a snake. Yeah.
And a turtle. And he stood there and talked about a turtle and made it so fascinating.
It was so interesting. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. So how do you attract such a large audience? What do you...
I think it's the variety of programs. Just when we're talking about what they are and the speakers, we know which speakers are good, and you know, we say, what do you have? What can you come and talk about next time? And we like a variety. When the other groups started, they would have like 6 sessions about the same topic. And we never thought that our audience wanted to come, you know, 6 weeks on opera or 6 weeks on insects.
On anything. Yeah, really.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and we've heard the audience and members
the diversity
say,
is something.
They like the diversity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what brings people in, and the fact that we have good speakers and good programs, and that when they come, they feel welcome.
Yes,
because this is also a social way for people to enjoy being out among people who have similar interests.
Exactly, and,
the feedback that we get afterwards, they so enjoy talking with the speakers afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about too, because it seems like after the programming and the programs that I've been to, the speaker is always there.
Right, it's just like a magnet.
Yeah, and he or she is just What did I miss? What other questions do you have that I can fill in for you? They seem so open and welcoming. And yeah, I'm not leaving until you get what you need. That's my sense of it, which I love.
Yes, yes. And so the people just kind of throng.
They stand in a line.
They
stand in a line. Actually, that's fantastic.
I'm excited about it. This one that you showed the picture of here, this is Wolfgang Meter.
Okay, yes.
Yes, and he's just such a fantastic speaker.
Wow.
He gets so excited.
Yeah.
Is one of the other
I think
pictures
this is one
him?
of his too.
No. Well, you have another one that I sent that he's holding up a picture of a Laotian girl who went to our school system. Her family moved into Springfield, and he always brings the picture with him. And she went to the University of Vermont, where he taught for like 45 years.
Oh my goodness.
And he kind of adopted her, and then she got married and adopted the whole family.
Lovely.
And so he brings the picture and says, I know some of you people in the audience.
This is my connection.
This is my adopted daughter.
Oh, fantastic.
And some of us had her.
As a student,
right? Because there's a lot of school teachers, retired school teachers, in the membership,
of course.
And he just kind of bounces up and down, and he's so excited about sharing with us.
That's
and
lovely.
He talks about folklore.
Okay.
And the wisdom of folklore.
Wow.
So that he's come 4 or 5 times.
Wow, really?
And and we invited him to come in for the spring, but he's traveling. So we'll have to. I think we'll have him the next fall.
Exactly.
We'll have him the next fall.
All right, let's pencil that in. Exactly.
Like last year, he wasn't able to come at a certain time because he was over in Germany receiving a national award.
Wow. And he passed you up for that. Come on. Exactly.
Right. Well, we'll schedule him for some other time.
I don't blame him. So let's just kind of talk about the how do you find the speakers? We
have a database that's supported by the UVM, by University of Vermont, OLLI director.
Okay,
and also we read our local newspapers. And see who's putting on programs in the local libraries or in the local groups. And we just reach out and we email them and say,
this is us.
What are your topics that you could talk about?
Yeah, fantastic. So what's the logistics? How many programs do you have a semester?
We have 6 a semester.
Okay, 6 a semester, and you have 2 semesters?
2 semesters.
Per year?
Per year.
Okay, just like the school year, fall and winter.
Right.
Okay, got it.
We used to have 9 per semester, but then
that's a lot.
That's a lot to organize, and then some of them have to be 1 week apart. When there's 6 weeks, when there are only 6 of them, you can have every 2 weeks. And it's much easier on people's schedules. And much easier on the registration team.
That's true.
And,
it's just an easier cadence to do that. Okay. And then you brought a beautiful brochure with you today. I want to show this, and we're going to put this in the notes in our program, and we're going to see if we can get the link for you to sign up on this. And also there's a QR code in here that we're going to, hopefully, if you are tech enough, we're not sure that we are, okay? You can point your camera at that QR code, and then it'll take you to the OLLI programming. And this is something that I found OLLI, I think, through an article in the paper.
That's right. I put it both in the journal.
That's where I saw it.
And I put it in the Springfield Reporter.
And then you do that for every program. You advertise every program.
Right.
Correct.
And coming up soon, our semester starts in about a month. And like next week in the newspapers, the full semester will be listed. And there'll be an ad that has the QR code
that
in
if
the
you
papers,
have the tech,
that if you have the phone and the tech to do it.
And the brain. Exactly.
And so you can register that way, or you can go online on the website, or you can take one of these brochures that it has the
whole form that
the registration and form, and you can send that in with a.
And once you do that, then you get this beautiful brochure in the mail ahead of everybody else. It's you get this before it ends up in the newspaper, and you can just, I sit with my coffee and go, Yep, gonna go to that one. Yep, gonna go to that one. Yep, gonna go to that one. I mean, they're just all fascinating.
And they're so affordable.
Oh my goodness.
For $35, you get to come to the six
programs for $35.
That's $6 a program.
Not even, exactly.
And if you sign up before, at least 2 weeks before the start, you get a discount, a 10% discount. So it's only $31.50 for 6 programs.
And it's like going out on 6 dates and learning something really impressive, you know? How cheap is that? That's the cheapest date you've ever been on, right? Exactly.
But with a month to go, we already have 110 people registered.
Really? Wow.
Right. And so the ads and the press release will go out this next week. Okay. And then there'll even be a flurry.
Exactly. And there is a caveat this year. I know you changed one of your, kind of one of your administrative pieces in this.
You must pre-register and prepay.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Right. So, but if you do arrive, the QR code will be there, and if you have a phone and you have the knowledge to do it, you can just point your phone right at it.
And then do it, and then you can be admitted then.
But we do prefer people to be registered and prepaid beforehand. It's just a lot easier.
It is.
You can see that, with all of those name tags, and we have the list, and we know who's supposed to come.
Yep.
And then you get, people who arrive. And,
and just the space itself. I mean, it holds 120 or 140 people, and it is filled with 120 or 140 people. So that's fantastic. What do you wish, as we kind of close up here, what do you wish people knew about OLLI, about the program, either your program or the whole program itself? What do you wish people know? What do you want from this interview?
That it's there and that everybody loves to come. It's a welcoming place, enjoyable, with all kinds of information, a nice way to spend your afternoon with people who enjoy learning for the fun of it, and that when you arrive, you're very welcome.
Yep.
And whatever the topic is, you should enjoy it.
Yeah, and you're going to learn something.
Yes.
No question, you were going to learn something. I mean, I learned about the universe from the beginning, from the Big Bang till today in 90 minutes. I mean,
and
where else can you do that?
That guy was fantastic.
He was amazing.
He just was
he was
dancing
amazing.
around, and he had all of the right buttons to push in this fantastic show.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is that some of these these speakers are not professional, but they are very professionally presented. They know their tech, they know their PowerPoint, they know how to use the microphone. There's no tech glitches, Well, not no.
Right,
okay.
You can't see them after we get them figured out.
That's true. Okay, yeah. Well, then you disguise it well. Let's put it that way.
That's part of being the facilitator.
There you go. Exactly.
Just making sure the equipment is
that's
set
true,
up
and that's fair. But the speakers themselves present themselves in a very professional manner, and that may not be their living at all. That this is just something I'm interested in, steam trains, and so this person has, decided to talk about steam trains, and that's not what he does for a living, and yet you would not know it because they're all so well spoken. It's amazing.
This other speaker, this is the brochure from last semester, and this is Hank Kasner. And he talked about the Easter Island statues there. But his profession, that he's retired from now, but he was the chief spice procurer for McCormick's Spices. And he's a bird watcher. So he got to go around the whole world buying spices. And then while he was there, he did bird watching. And he's one of the top 10 bird watchers in the world.
And he was at your program,
and he was at
right down the road. Amazing.
And he loved to come. He emailed me and said, I haven't heard from you. I've got all these programs I can talk about.
Unbelievable. What a following.
Yes.
Yeah, you just have created this lovely community, both with your speakers and with your audience and your volunteers as well.
Yes.
It's just amazing. It's such a resource to have right in our backyard. I mean, I look forward to getting this brochure every time it comes about. And I just think, okay, well, I better get myself signed up because I'm on my seat at the table, So thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, well, that's wonderful.
Thank you for coming. It has been a pleasure to talk to you. Absolutely. So, and thank you to my audience. Thank you to our audience, I should say, not mine, okay, for spending your time here and listening to us. If you know somebody that you think would be a good fit for this show, maybe it's maybe it's your grandmom or your mom or your aunt, like, oh, my aunt has wonderful stories about growing up in Vermont, or whatever it might be. You've seen our program before. Give me a call. My phone number is right there on the screen, and you can reach out to me. We'll connect, and we will find our way to each other and see if we can find time for you to become part of this program, okay? In the meantime, these are stories that you can really hang your hat on, right? I'm Shawn Kershaw. This is To Whom It May Concern, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.